Welcome to the Video Marketing Made Easy podcast, where we believe that video is the most powerful way to monetize your message, stand out in the market, and grow your business. Today's topic, we're talking about I'm not the creative type or imposter syndrome. These are maybe problems or hesitations that will hold you back from starting a YouTube channel or really diving into content creation. Dallin, have you ever come across anyone who is maybe not a creative type of person or feels like that's going to hold them back from creating content? And maybe tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, to answer your question, there are many people, I'm sure many of you are watching or listening, that you feel like the creative type. You know what's interesting about the word create too, or creator, is that is built into this idea of just content, right? Content creation, content creator implies that you are a creative person. And a lot of people say like, well, I'm not the creative type. And then you go look at like what they're doing in their spare time or in their business, and they are creating a business from scratch. They're in the process of creation. Maybe they've created a human, or maybe they are crafty. I think a lot of people don't give themselves credit to the fact that they are literally creative. 100% of the people on this earth have a creative DNA in them. They create in some form. And so when it comes to video and content, being a creative type, as it is built into you, it's just recognizing like, how is this manifested for myself? I think of one client that we work with where she tells us often that she is a massive introvert. In fact, she even this week is going on this speaking tour, traveling from one city to the next, going to about 3 different cities, speaking on stages and panels. And I asked her, are you excited for this experience? It sounds amazing. She's like, honestly, no, not really, because I'm a massive introvert. I don't necessarily want to show up and be on stage. It's a big kind of identity battle to be like, hey, I have to step into this extrovert mode, step into these shoes while I'm being an introvert. And so it's kind of that conflict a little bit with identity. And guess what? That is super normal. I am definitely a big introvert. Sometimes it sounds like I'm not. And I think part of that, it comes down to me choosing like, hey, today or in this moment, I'm going to be an extrovert and project myself more versus keep to myself. And so what I find the best thing to do to fight against this creative type is to simply recognize that it's identity that you need to take ownership over. And that in order to actually grow your business, you need to have visibility for people to know that you exist, know that your business exists. And the only way to do that is to create content like video.
Definitely. And whether, and just like you're saying, I mean, maybe somebody who's listening right now is a business owner, and they're like, oh, I can hire somebody to do that, right? Well, that's fine. But getting yourself out there and creating content is essential to your visibility as a company. Even with, copywriters. I mean, you've got somebody somewhere who's writing content to go on a web page to deliver your message, right? Us here at Video Supply, obviously, we believe that video is the most powerful way to stand out there. And so we're here to help, coach you in that process of creating video. But really, creating content is pretty much essential to your survival online as a business and in your success. Don't you think, Dallin?
Oh, yeah. It's non-negotiable now. You think of literally within the last few weeks, we hear the head of Instagram say that Instagram is no longer a photo sharing app. It's now a video sharing app. Which is insane to think. And so it's like they're looking to honestly compete with TikTok and other platforms like that. But in doing so, it doesn't mean that photos will become less relevant fully. There's always a time and place for how to use design and photos, still visuals, but video is becoming even more prominent. And we've also seen this with the explosion of video streaming platforms where we can watch all of our entertainment content, news content on subscription platforms. And I mean, I can look at, there's probably a list of 10 subscriptions that we have in some form, and maybe we're borrowing from other people like, Netflix from our brother or parent or something. But either way, the content accessibility, especially with video, is only increasing. It's not going to slow down. And so you need to be a part of that game in order to win in the game. and to grow your business that way.
Definitely. So even if you don't feel like you are a creative type, you can still be successful by owning your identity and getting out there and using content creation to stand out.
And one thing that we'd love to invite you to join us on is our upcoming workshop. It's all about the 3 shifts to skyrocket your business with more visibility, revenue, and impact using video. In this workshop, you'll be able to learn these 3 essentials in a way that will scale your business, your profits, using our unique framework called Video Supply. And even if you're brand new to business, you're new to this workflow stuff, these systems, or you may be a seasoned pro, seasoned marketer, this will benefit your business. And you can do that by going to videosupply.com/webinar.